hate puppies. Good podcast.
I feel threatened.
Now you know. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and hopefully helping you figure out what beer you should be drinking this week, next week, whenever this comes out today. So now, this has to come out in minutes. It's going to be interesting.
It's we're doing this at the buzzer here, buzzer beater.
I actually think it's after the buzzer, but we're going to count it.
Oh, yeah, because usually it's out by now.
Yeah. This is actually the moment in time when I sit back in the cutout here, get the laptop out, I edit it, I hit send.
And
but
we're just
instead,
starting.
we're recording.
Yeah.
Which means the buttons are going to seem ludicrously different after.
Yes.
She would nail this. It was pretty good. I'm not worried about it. At least we got people helping out.
Yes.
Pretty excited. Pretty excited. We got Dave and Adam in the house. How are y'all doing?
Hello. Glad to be off the mute button.
We can fix that.
I'm new here. When do I say peace out?
See? Bringing the funny.
That was actually a pretty good time to do it. Have a good night. Thank you for your time.
Go out on top.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, thank you guys for coming here. This is the holiday season. Everyone seems to be coming together. I'm noticing way more partying and hanging out right now than I have all year.
You've been on a tear this weekend.
Professionally and personally. It's been one of those. Like all week was like professional partying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like hold it together party.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to take it to the limit, but I'm certainly not going to exceed the limit.
Only one anal joke per night.
Actually, I do believe there were a couple like off-color comments that were met with laughter, and I'm like, we shouldn't have crossed there, but we crossed it. So, but you're right. You do have to have a limit on it. You don't want to go heavy. I think one's probably a good over-under. No.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
She's always looking at me like, this is not how we start the show.
No, I mean, I'm trying to think like when I'm in a professional setting, what I try to get away with, and I don't know. But your job's different than mine. So, like, you're that guy. Like, you're the fun, funny guy. You showed up to your work event in jean Speedo, and it was met with...
That was not this weekend.
I know, but
okay,
you've done that. Like,
clarify.
You've had fun in front of your people, and it's gone over well.
I've let them know that I'm willing to have a good time.
Yeah, you're willing to be the butt of the joke.
The butt of the joke is actually the best place to be because then you can like kind of dictate how the jokes are going to go.
Yeah.
Like this is the line you can come up to. This is where this is where I bristle.
Yeah.
Kind of find that middle ground and then kind of exaggerate on it. Keeps other people out of the firing line, lets them have a better time. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're making the terms of what this joke's going to look like.
That's how I live my life, but I make fun of myself before anyone else can and make me feel bad.
Literally the best thing you can do. I learned that in like...
Thought you lived yourself quarter mile at a time.
Try to.
Family.
When I was just thinking at work, like I would never make an anal joke ever. Like at my work with all the employees, there's no chance I could get away with that.
You don't have people that just clean constantly?
I mean... Maybe, but like I can't make those jokes. Like I'm more making like the dad jokes. I'm the one that's making like silly dad jokes and that are completely clean and appropriate.
The closest you get to anal is Uranus.
Not even that far. I wouldn't even make that dad joke.
You won't even make a planet joke?
No.
Not for Uranus.
Not with that crowd.
Mm-mm.
Maybe a Mars
joke. Are you serious?
joke.
It's a planet. This shows that you are educated. You understand science.
I don't think that's the way it works.
I don't think that joke would be funny.
It joins us on this journey around the sun. It's one of us. There's only 9 of us. And you won't even talk about Uranus?
Well,
you mean Uranus?
Now.
Uranus.
Pluto's out.
Yeah.
We're not
Pluto's
taking
out,
Pluto.
yeah.
I'm not taking... Okay. Can I get
My 9-year-old Pluto is not a planet.
Okay.
Uranus is more important than ever now.
I agree. Okay. All right, Troy, is Pluto a planet?
In my world, it is.
Thank you. Adam, Pluto planet.
It is a planet, yes.
Dave.
I mean, of course it's a planet.
Okay. So can we stop with this there's 8 planets bullshit? Like
It's a dwarf planet. There's word planet in.
It's a little people
it
planet.
doesn't
little-
like to be called dwarf.
Yeah, that's...
It's okay when you say it for planets.
I got to be honest, though. It is much more offensive when we remove the planet. Like, I feel like if we let it back into the lexicon, then like the least it could do was actually embrace like it's a midget planet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's part of the Lollipop Guild. It's not like the big dog.
Yeah.
It's not fucking Jupiter. You seen the size of Jupiter? But like, I think it should actually take.
Not the mayor of Munchkinland. It's an offshoot.
That's right.
But definitely like
But it's in. They live there.
city council.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's doing his thing. I'm just saying, I think that's actually a fair, if we allow it back, we just put like a derogatory term right on the front of it. Little planet, but still planet. Something.
Uranus has the ultimate derogatory term.
It really does.
You're
So
being
it should be
shitty.
like an offset of Uranus.
Actually,
we should just-
planet.
we should
the
just-
butt of every joke they're out there.
We should just officially make Uranus pronounced Uranus and then rename Pluto Uranus and make it official. And like, there's no two ways about it. Like, Uranus gets its due. Give Uranus its flowers, but fucking Uranus.
Uranus is the official planet, and Uranus is like the
little one.
Yeah,
There's the joke.
on the back.
Yeah, literally. It's got all the Klingons around it. That's where they go.
I see what you did there.
That was like my favorite joke as a little kid. It's like what do the toilet paper and Starship Enterprise have in common? They both circle around Uranus looking for Klingons.
I don't think I've ever heard that one.
No.
It's like my favorite joke as like a kid. Which actually, you were talking about self-depreciating humor, like how you can actually use that as like a self-defense. That's literally what I figured out. Like, as soon as I got into junior high, and I was like, I'm still the guy
Exactly.
farting at the table, and I smell bad. So like, I felt so bad that I just started calling it out first. I'd be like, oh, the fart king dropped another one, best farter in the room, and like. It only took a couple weeks before they were like, he is the best farter. And like, it kind of changed my game.
Does it help you in a professional setting these days?
No, I try not to Shart. Shart.
Oh, there it goes.
I told you if it naturally
right.
comes up, then you can't argue
And it
with
naturally
it.
So
came out.
you just said you try not to shart.
I do try not to Shart.
And
Which
how's that going for you?
most of the time, great.
Does anyone
I'm a
try to
grown-up.
shart?
Very valid point.
It's so
Hey guys,
true.
watch this. I'm gonna try to shart myself.
Completely failed.
Nailed it.
That is like the
I'm batting 1,000 with my shart attempts.
just a bit outside.
Does anyone try to snort?
This is not my day. I've been out here a long time today. I've been out here for, what time is it?
8 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah, almost 8 o'clock.
that's too much time
Yeah.
to be out here. And then podcast.
Just like Bible studying though, right?
Yeah,
We had some come to Jesus moments.
I will give you that. Yeah, I was definitely told that's wrong. Like, that's that moment where you're like, all right, cool, you got me.
I have high hopes for this episode, though, because one of my favorite episodes ever was when you guys started late at one night when Troy had been drinking all day. It was called Late Show New Pup. That was still one of my favorite ones to go back and listen to just because of how funny that was when you guys have been drinking all day.
I'll have to look that one up.
My goal was just to get you guys to talk about anus and mission completion.
Did not take long.
Yeah,
8 minutes
unfortunately.
in.
Yeah, 8 minutes in, we're really knocking it out of the park here. It's a highbrow shit, dude. Yeah, speaking of. So unfortunately today, man, I was like, I did spin class, Sunday morning ritual. They get up, go with the wife, we do spin class. She likes that stuff. You try to do stuff they like. Increases your odds of doing stuff you like.
Yeah.
This is simple math. It works, though. So I spin class on Sundays. Kind of a rough one.
Yeah, you had a big night last night.
I had a really big night last night. And it came back to haunt me. Now you got me wanting to talk about last night. There's so much going on right now. But unfortunately today, this morning,
Yeah.
it's a rough night. And did the spin class, kind of knocked it out, hit all the stuff. Had a personal record of watts. It's a big deal.
480.
Oh, no. It was like in the 130. No.
For an hour?
I don't put watts. Yeah, for 45 minutes.
That makes sense. Yeah.
45 minutes. It's interval training, some hard stuff. But, like, got it up
How
there.
many calories is that?
7. You know what I mean? Like, you can sweat your ass off all day on a bike, and, like, you're one Big Mac away from 4 more rides.
Oh, yeah. It's discouraging when you see those calorie counters on those machines. And they're not very accurate, but, like, even if they're, like, inaccurate to, like, the plus 100%, like, you still work your ass off. You're like, I can chew 5 sticks of gum now. Like, what the fuck?
I've noticed that because with my foot, I couldn't do the normal workouts I've been doing. So I've been doing, like, the bike. I sit there for like 20 or 30 minutes, and I'm not even breaking a sweat. I'm like, this is awful. Like, so you just don't do anything.
No, but even if you are breaking a sweat, you're still burning dozens of calories.
Yeah, dozens.
Yeah, you've got like 2 Cheez-Its coming to you.
Yep. Yeah.
Looking good, look, a good Cheez-It. Fantastic. But like, there's got to be a better way. Like, this doesn't work. But yeah, it really knocked the shit out of me, man. I did this class. And we were going to brunch. My wife always likes to do brunch. I had to go pick up the kids, like do all this shit. Then we finally go into brunch.
Yeah, y'all go do your spin class, and then you go out to eat and have some drinks.
Yeah, only one drink today. An awkward entrance. We were driving up to it, and I just literally dropped a normal fart. And then it was not.
Oh.
It was a normal shart. Just a perfectly normal shart. Like, not enough to be like a problem.
Yeah.
But enough to go,
That's uncomfortable.
A little more lubricated than I was a minute ago, and that's a problem, And like, we got there, and I wasn't feeling too bad, and went in there. Sure enough, just like the smallest amount. But when you're wearing like workout pants, like sweat shows, like you could drop a small little shart, and like it's gonna let it be known. It was awkward as hell.
So you went straight to the bathroom and cleaned yourself up at the restaurant?
Well, finished.
Yeah.
The shart's a precursor. I'm not going to not finish.
Yeah.
Like, finished.
Did you have to leave the boxers behind?
No, they're Tommy Johns. Nah, dude. Those cost too much. It wasn't like bad enough. You know what I mean? It was just enough to make me embarrassed.
But then you're uncomfortable the whole rest of the lunch?
Yeah. So I took it easy. I got some sausage gravy.
Dumped it in your pants?
Yeah, they were like, "You want the bags?" And I was like, "Over medium." I was like harden it up a little. There's a lot going on in here. It worked out.
Sounds like it worked out great.
It was a long night prior. It wasn't my fault.
You been good the rest of the day, though?
As far as I know.
I meant like no other accidents.
Oh, yes, I know that. Yeah, you got to be more specific.
We'll check before we get in bed, Adam. We'll see we'll see what's back there when.
Did this catch you out of the blue, or were you heavy gambling?
Not even a concern in my mind, which is what it was, like a complete left field.
No warmth or anything.
I'm telling you, everything felt okay. And then it wasn't even like one of those where you're like, I'm going to like kind of force, like I got a little bubble guts and I'm going to make it happen. Because I'm like in the car with my wife. So it was like, I'm not going to force one. There's no pushing.
Because I was listening to last week's episode where you were talking about bubble gut.
I never heard that either before.
So I'm like,
you never heard bubble gut?
No.
I'm like, do you have some history with this?
Oh, yeah, I believe in you people call it IBS. It's bubble guts, like a grown up. Shit just processes differently down there. Didn't work out. I see you looking at me. Am I supposed to?
No, I'm just thinking there's a direct correlation. Normally, at least for me, like if I've been out drinking and eating a lot of bad food, then tends to be the next day. It's like, okay, now I'm going to pay the price.
Yeah, and I've been doing that for quite a while.
Yeah,
like I've been getting after it. It's been kind of a weird week, man, honestly.
I was a little worried after Stash Bash the next day because I hadn't been on since then. And that morning, I had gone hard that night. It was a long time since I've done something like that. But I did pretty good. But I was definitely risking it a few times that morning, like worried what was going to happen.
Yeah, you and Brendan both were feeling no pain when I dropped y'all off that night.
There was no time.
No time to feel pain.
No.
There was not.
Wasn't the time or the place. And a mustache, and it was going out with a bang.
And we did.
Yeah. Everything short of a bang.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably been over a decade for me before I've been downtown like that afterwards in the fan.
It was pretty wild.
It was a good night.
Living the dream. Dude, did you see my new car out there?
I walked past it in the pouring down rain in the dark, so not really.
Got a new car.
Yeah.
Well, An old new car.
A new to you car.
Yes. So last week we were out here. It was Sunday. We were all hanging out, and I found a car online that I was like, that's the one. I've been looking for an old 4Runner for quite a long time. Like, and specifically, I want a V8 4Runner, and they're like hard to find. And I feel like, as ugly as they are, because the V8 4Runner, that fourth generation, pretty ugly vehicle. It's like basic as shit. You're like, ooh, is that a RAV4 on steroids? Like, it's not like, it doesn't really do anything for you. But I've always wanted that truck, and I've been looking for it for like 8 months, like for the right combination, and found that shit in Frederick, Maryland.
Is it like a trim model you wanted that comes with the V8 or something?
Limited trim V8 has to be 06 to 09 because they had like a mild facelift and they changed the way the engine works, gave it variable valve timing, like 35 more horsepower. Horsepower matters. So like, but it had every single option, like even down to like the backup camera, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
In 2006, and like a plug. A plug. It's amazing. The kids can
Like
charge their shit.
AC plug.
Yeah, an actual plug.
Yeah.
Like, so it's got but it's got all the stuff, all the leather, the wood grain, like perfect. Under 150,000 miles.
Wow.
Had to be the right price point. And like, I was like, okay, man, I'm going to get this thing. So I called these dudes 9 a.m. like, as soon as they open on Monday morning. And they're like, yeah, we already had 2 people come in on Saturday before we even got it all the way online. Like, those 2 dudes are bringing offers in. And we got 2 more people coming today, and then this and this. And I was like, damn it. Like, it's running. So I jumped in my old 4Runner to drive up to, I had to go to Reagan National Airport to catch a flight to Pittsburgh for work anyway. Long story. Gets longer.
This is Monday.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to take my old ass 4Runner up there, and then I'll just drive right past it, go up into Frederick, Maryland, check out this truck, and then if it's worth the shit, we'll figure it out. So I drive up there, and as I'm coming down the road, all of a sudden I'm hearing like all this wind in my truck. It's like, and I'm like,
That's saying something in that thing.
there's always wind in that
Yeah.
truck. Yes. No. All of a sudden there's wind coming from other places. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. And then I start getting hit in the eye with like rust, just like rust flakes, like just pelting me. Looking at my shirt, there's like rust chunks
Flecks
all
of
over
rust
it.
all over you.
Yeah, it's like the car just started exploding at me or something. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Truck Shart.
Yeah, truck Shart. That actually is not a bad name.
Deteriorating on you.
Truck Shart. That'll make 2 T's, no C. This is not going well. Truck Shart. It's like Truck Shroot. I don't know what just happened there.
Brendan just wrote that down for the listeners.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. No, so I'm getting just speckled with rust. And I'm like, what the hell? The sunroof apparently has like rusted out. And all of a sudden, like something busted through and the wind just started coming right through.
Oh, I thought it was around the windshield.
There's more to come.
Oh, snap.
The early journey. So now I'm just getting hit with rust and the air's coming and the actual sunroof is like moving. I can see that it's getting enough wind underneath it that it's fucking with the latches. I'm like, oh, this is great. So I'm driving along and all of a sudden the window trim goes and it's now, so I see chrome just kind of flapping in the breeze. I'm doing 70. Like, what is happening? Fortunately, it tucked behind the window and we drove another 50 miles with it back there without ripping off. Got back, the whole like around the windshield is like rusted out. I can't like put it back in. Like all the rust showed up all at once
Wow.
and just worked me. So I drove that bitch all the way to Frederick, Maryland, and then looked at this truck. Now here's the best part about it. So, oh shit, so many parts of this story, so many angles. So I drive all the way up there, look at this truck, and like very quickly, I'm like, yeah, all right, it's a good truck. The guy's like, I'm not taking any deposits. He's like, you either have the money or you don't. And I'm like, I'm catching a flight. I'm going to have 30 minutes on the other end of this journey. Like if I leave now.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to negotiate with him. And he's like, look, if you give me $5,000 right now, you wire me the rest of the money tomorrow. I was like, I can
You're
do that.
negotiating the terms of your paying full price.
Literally not even trying. Yeah, not even trying. Because these other dudes are dropping like $100 deposits, like trying to like, and they're like, we're not taking it. But he's literally out there taking pictures of the frame for some other guy. Another dude named Brendan who's flying into BWI. I was like, what is happening? Like, this whole fucking thing was weird. So I finally just put $5,000 on a credit card. Amex. He's like, give me the points. He took it. So wired him the money the next day. But now I had to like drive all the way back to Reagan National Airport in the old 4Runner, because I don't actually own the new truck, to then catch a flight to Pittsburgh. Finally wired him the money, like did 2 days of work in Pittsburgh, flew back, took an Uber from Reagan National all the way back out to Frederick, Maryland, bought the truck, drove it all the way back, and my truck is currently still sitting at Reagan National Airport. My old 4Runner.
Are you paying
Allegedly.
a fortune on that thing? To park it?
$30 a day.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Then tomorrow morning, I get on a train
It's been up there a week.
a week to the day tomorrow.
So you're a couple $100 into the parking.
Just 210.
But he got it for full price.
Yeah. Think of all the money he saved.
Right.
The good news is that some of those days are legitimate work expenses.
Yeah.
So I can subsidize a little of it, just not enough to. Unfortunately, I'm paying way too much money. But taking a train up in the morning. So I'm a planes, trains, and automobiles this whole transaction. To get to a car that's completely rusted out and wind is ripping in from everywhere, and we're in a
Oh, and
in
it's
monsoon.
pouring right now.
I'm going to drive home in this. So not only am I going to get the rust flecks, but these should be the nice wet,
Yeah.
like rust flecks that stain your shirt, stain your pants, stain
Stain
the
the seat,
interior.
yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be great. Like, I'm super excited to ruin a Cherry 85. Well, Cherry, I have all the rust.
Pretty sure
So you're keeping that one?
85 Toyota is third world problems.
Yeah.
It's not appropriate for this podcast.
But I'm getting the perfectly conditioned SR5 seats with rust stains on them. And that is a first
So
world
what are you going to do
problem.
with that thing
Yeah,
now?
that's the question. Yep.
The old one?
Yeah.
How do you repair all that rust?
You don't.
Well, I mean, part of
you piece it back together and then you sell it to somebody else.
bring a
Never.
trailer, that bitch,
Yeah.
Never. Keep it.
with the rust.
Yeah.
How do you fix the rust?
You
Get
don't.
get a quote from a body shop.
Seems like a logical starting point.
Yeah.
I had a Toyota.
One will make you thousands upon thousands of
Oh,
dollars, and one will cost you thousands
Right.
upon thousands
Yeah, like,
of
why
dollars.
keep it?
Just got a new 4Runner that already they're like, oh, timing belt needs new tires, and one of the shocks is leaking.
But he got it for full price. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't forget
Hey,
that.
Dave. Hey, just for you when you're driving in your car,
There it goes.
just gonna put that in your ear one time.
Should probably tell everyone why that's funny or not.
I haven't decided yet. No, apparently Dave came in here. Dave was complaining
Yeah.
that this mild. See, see how mild that is.
So mild in the headphones. It's
No,
not when
look,
you're
look.
driving.
See, look, it's barely there. He was bitching about how this ruins his drive and he sharts himself, which is the whole reason we
Yeah.
got on that topic. to begin with.
Yeah.
He
That's a
said it-
weird sound to make you automatically shart yourself.
He's like Pavlov's dog.
Yeah.
The first experiment no one talks about.
Yeah.
It was just when he would play a horn
Yeah.
and the dog would shit itself. It just wasn't as popular as the salivation.
He will keep that truck and spend a lot more money on it.
Yes.
That will be his answer.
Yes.
You should see the new one. They told me one shock was bad and it needed new tires. I will clearly not buy tires that aren't dope.
Yeah.
And I will not buy one shock if I eventually need to get a lift. So now we have to get a lift immediately. So now it's lifting tires from jump.
Just
You're
rip the
gonna lift
Band-Aid
it?
off. Get it done.
I have no choice. The shock's bad.
Oh, yeah. That's
The way
right.
it works.
He said it had a slight leak and eventually would have to be replaced. And I heard that is the whole suspension.
It needs an entire new suspension
That's all I heard. I'm
and
shocked.
bigger tires to fill it out.
And while you're
Well, it would
replacing
look
that timing
stupid.
belt, go ahead and put a full stereo system in it.
Well, they always say if you're going to do a timing belt, you do the water pump and the
Yeah.
stereo at the same time.
Oil pump.
It's stereo. I'm pretty sure. Because you have to do it every, 90,000 miles or 8 years, which is clearly new technology's out and your stereo's
That-
outdated.
That is when your speakers degrade. So you're right.
Sounds like shit.
Yep.
I mean, riding around with these old ass speakers.
Yeah.
This box isn't even isobaric.
You know how much those old speakers will fuck your new lift up?
He said that with a straight face.
That's what got me. Threw me for a loop. I know, I do. That's exactly my whole point. Those old speakers
You
ruin
get it.
it. Like I'm going to rock crawl, which I'm not.
And then 2 years from now, Sonos will come out with car audio.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, this would be great. I'll be driving down the road and my kids can change my music from home.
But you'll spend $5,000 on it to make it happen.
Well, why wouldn't I? It's a mediocre sound with a dope-ass Wi-Fi connection. It's the best.
Now, how long have you had the old Forerunner?
Longer than kids.
15 years at least.
So then you've got this one for at least 15 years.
Oh yeah, no, this one we're gonna do some work. It's got the V8. It's dope.
So put the money in now. Make it last.
I literally don't have any money.
Since when has that stopped you from doing
No,
anything?
I get it. I get it. Like this whole weekend I've treated it like I'm made of money.
Yeah.
But like I don't. Like if you look in the bank, the money that I have is not the same as the money that I'm using. It's a
That
American
is a first world problem.
I'm doing some American shit.
Are we
right
doing the girl math now? Is that what we're doing?
now. Girl math nets out.
Did you guys ever talk about that on the podcast?
My finance guy says
I haven't really.
Every time you buy a car that's almost 20 years old, you should put it on a credit card. Like that's the best case scenario.
I've heard that also.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Because the best interest rates are on cards.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the easy debt. The easier the debt is to get,
Yeah.
the lower the interest rate.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
I had to learn it from my finance guy.
Well, you're very lucky that you
Yeah.
have an honorable finance guy. Can't believe you found one that easy. That's so good. You should let me manage some of your money. By manage, just give me $100.
Great.
Yeah, just give me $100. I'm going to make good decisions. It'll get me started.
Where could I possibly go wrong with that offer?
Here's the thing. I can promise you no return on your investment.
You do that for me?
Literally guaranteed.
Only 18% interest.
On my
That
own
you
loan?
owe me. Yeah. You give me $100, you give me 18% of that every month to hold it for you.
Yeah.
And then when you need it, I'll tell you
Troy.
I don't have it.
Troy,
He's
and
being
you know
honest.
But once a year,
Second
he'll give
honest
you a
finance
gift
guy.
card for a restaurant.
January 1st. I need that $18.
Give you a gift card with 17 cents on it to Applebee's. You know? There's still some money on this.
My dad likes to give me gift cards from places that aren't in the Richmond area.
Dude, I still have a $50 gift card to a grocery store that I don't know where it exists.
Yeah.
Upstairs. And every once in a while I look at it and be like, one day I'm going to get some shit.
Yeah.
I'm
It's going
excited.
to be awesome.
And I'm sure it'll be with me.
Was that
Yeah.
a gift or a return?
Just a gift. I won in like a Secret Santa thing.
Ah,
I was like, oh, fantastic.
What was a grocery store?
I don't know. It's some weird
Wayne
shit.
Dixie.
No, it was like a,
Not even
the
around.
Piggly Wiggly.
no, it was like a Sunrise Farms or something. I was like, oh, fantastic. Like, when am I ever? I got to go to Tennessee, and not like the good parts.
My dad just goes to the suburbia in South Carolina and is like, well, they must have one of these in Richmond.
Because they're everywhere.
No, we do not.
Yeah. You have a General Tree, not a Dollar Tree, not a Dollar General. You're like, great.
I think once I got
$50 a General Tree.
I got a gift card to a Fat Tuesday.
Yeah, great.
I was like, awesome.
Their shrimp are banging, dude. You're going to love that. You just got to find one. Gift cards
Yeah.
are the biggest scam.
They are.
Like, I lose so much money on gift cards, and I give them all the time.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm fully aware that it's a bad gift. And I'm like, gotcha.
the best is they take like $5 a year that you don't use it until they're gone.
Those are the really good ones.
You're talking about the Amex and Visa gift cards, those types?
They give
Whatever,
you
yeah.
all those benefits.
Most of them just bank when you never use them.
Right. Most store cards aren't going to take that money. It's
Yeah.
more like the ones
yeah.
that are backed by the card companies. Mhm.
No, a Visa is pretty easy to use, though.
Yes. Yeah,
Like-
it's easier to use for sure. 'cause you
Like,
can
I'll
do
take a
whatever.
Visa, but like, you give me an Applebee's, they won.
Yeah.
They won. That's $50 is probably never going to show up.
Yeah.
Because I never thought to myself, I need riblets, and I have this. Thank God.
You know the best one it gives Amazon. Everybody uses
Yeah.
Amazon now. That one you just
That's
boom,
true.
right into
The
your
problem
account
with
and it
Amazon,
automatically pulls it.
if you have other people in your account, like I got 2 kids and a wife all like tied into my shit, and everyone has their own money in there. But when you put a gift card in, everything starts to default to like, should we include the gift card? Like they try to actually burn it quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
So it'll naturally like say, so my daughter put a gift card in like this week, bought something, and now everything I've had to buy on Amazon, I have to like go in and be like, remove the gift card. Like it automatically.
Or
No, I want to be able to point at the person who does it. You know, I don't want to be pointed at. It's a petty thing, but I want to be like, oh, you didn't take the time to uncheck the gift card? You weren't paying attention when you were spending all that digital money on the
My
digital
Amazon
product?
account is tied to like my in-laws and like my sister-in-law and her family. So like we got like the big joint one, and it's like I don't use a lot. My wife buys everything.
Right.
If I want something, I'll just say buy this.
Yeah.
But like you gotta be careful what you look for because there's a search history.
dildos.
Yeah, they show it. Yeah, they show it every time. And then when you order it, it shows up in their orders.
Yeah.
It's like I have a whole house full of people who are like, is my order here yet? Where's my order? And I'm
Yeah.
like, stop looking at the orders. My daughter literally read off the other day. She goes, what is a Die Hard Christmas countdown abacus calendar? And I'm like, bitch!
Is
Like,
it in the name?
yeah, no, she literally
Yeah.
said it. And it's like, I bought it for my wife. It's got Hans Gruber falling down Nakatomi Plaza, and you
Nice.
just count down till Christmas. You move him every day. And I'm like, that shit's hilarious. So I thought she'd like that. Big Die. What's a Die Hard Advent countdown
Yeah, that was
calendar?
my next point was if you share, like, you can't buy your significant other anything because they're going to see it.
No, so you have to avoid Amazon, which now puts you into the sketchy world of real shipping.
Yeah.
I think there must be a setting because that does not work like that on my Amazon
Same here.
account.
Oh,
Because,
really?
No, when I order stuff and the boy's mother orders stuff, do not see each other's stuff at all.
Interesting.
Yeah, not even a little bit.
Again, it's not my account, so I don't know how it
Yeah.
works.
Then I got to fix some shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because everybody's seeing everything.
Yeah.
And you're only paying one Amazon
Right.
Prime fee. Same here.
Right. Yeah.
I do not understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. Does not make sense to me.
I only pay one Amazon Prime fee.
Yeah, but
obviously.
I can't see what my wife orders. She can't see what I
Must
order.
be a settings thing.
I'm sure it's a setting when you set it up.
But, like-
you did something wrong.
Like people will buy shit, or my in-laws will buy shit, and then they'll forget to click the address change, and it'll end up at our house or their house. Like that happens
weird.
from time to time.
Huh. No, because I'm pretty sure you can set it up to where it's you got your own address, you've got your own card, you've got your own gift card balance, all of that.
Yep.
Interesting.
My wife's mom has a Domino's account, and she says every once in a while, she babysits the kids. She orders pizzas here. It's guaranteed she'll forget that shit. She's like the fucking pizza fairy. Like I'll just be sitting here, and all of a sudden the door will be like ding dong.
Oh, she'll order to the wrong place?
Yeah, it's fucking
Nice.
amazing. Every so often you're just sitting there having a couple drinks, you're chilling. You're like, I wonder what I'm gonna have for dinner. Ding dong. I'll eat a pepperoni pizza. Like it's fantastic.
What was
She
that
just orders-
Domino's mascot they had back in like the 90s?
The
Noid.
Noid.
The no.
Avoid the noise.
You got to
Yeah.
avoid the Noid, dude.
Imagine the Noid showing up with your pizza. Here you go, Brendan.
But it's the opposite of the Noid. Like I'm not annoyed. I know it should be annoying to get a random doorbell ring and someone giving you a pizza that you didn't order, but I know who ordered it.
Then it's
So I can be like, "Duh, you're out $10."
You have to call her up and be like, you know that pizza you're waiting on?
Oh, we send her, dude. We take pictures eating it. It's great. We like send it to her. We're like, I got your pizza. Thank you.
Thanks, Grandma.
Yeah. No, it's great.
It's funny when you're starving to death. Ha ha ha. Got you.
It's gonna be another 45 minutes before that pizza gets there.
Can you imagine being the other end of that? You're like, I really want this pizza. Where is this pizza? All of a sudden you get a picture
Yeah.
of somebody else eating your pizzas.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, I didn't look at it that way. I thought it was cute. I really didn't. See, this is the problem, man.
Now
Like,
it sounds bad.
yeah, I do things though, and I don't even think
She's
about
like,
how that could be interpreted.
motherfucker.
Yeah, this motherfucker's eating my pizza. Like,
He
if
thinks
someone,
it's funny.
I did. No, I thought it was cute. I genuinely thought she was happy.
Just when I thought I couldn't hate my son-in-law anymore.
Yeah. No, I never saw it this way. This is crazy to me. I was always like, ha ha, such a playful gent. It never occurred to me. She's like, what a cunt.
The only thing better than buying pizza once is buying it twice.
That guy's getting an Applebee's gift card for
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah. No shit. It was
Brendan and I were
17
having a
cents.
first world conversation at this party on Friday. It was my wife and his wife, the four of us hanging out talking, and he's got a problem in his house where his girls are door dashing food, but not at the same time. But they'll like get
Paying the fee
Chipotle
twice.
and they'll get within 30 minutes of each other. And it was just pretty funny because like my wife and I are standing there like, what are you talking about? And Brendan's like pointing at me going, this motherfucker, he ain't letting his kids order shit, and we're over here talking about how we just want our kids to order at the same time.
We're different bridges we're crossing over here. Equally difficult.
Yes.
But I have built mine. It's unfortunate.
I could have the flu, and my wife knows. She's like, I'm gonna DoorDash Chipotle that's 1 mile away, and I'll be like, I'm gonna go pick it up for you.
You won't do it either.
I can't do it. It drives me crazy.
Me too.
Because not only do they charge for the delivery, like the
menu
burrito,
price is higher.
Yeah, the burrito is higher. So now, I mean, without exaggeration, I think my wife and daughter DoorDashed 2 burritos and it was like $30. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
I don't even like to do delivery pizza. I would rather just go pick it up.
Yeah.
Just go get it.
I'm basically at that point too because like a lot of times it's just quicker. Because how many times you order a pizza and you're like waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting. You're like, the pizza joint is 1.5 miles from my house. I could have just grabbed it by now.
I will say that if I'm going to order and have it delivered, I do the order ahead and have it say pick the time. So that way you know when it's coming and it's done. But yeah, I don't want to pay for that. Like I think a couple of times Jack and his mom have ordered DoorDash or something like that. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like you just paid way too much for this.
I don't know. To me, once I start drinking, I'm not going to drive. Like even if I've had like 2 beers, I'm like,
fair enough.
I'm not getting. That's when the DoorDash comes in. But if I have not been drinking, and a pizza gets ordered, I'm like, nope, change it, and I will go pick it up. I mean, I actually enjoy driving by myself at night to get a pizza. There's no better air freshener. You put it in your car, smells fucking great.
Cover up the other smells.
I'm just saying, cars don't smell great. You know what I mean?
Well,
they take on a life of their own.
The problem with the girls are with any kid is like they're not. It's not about the drinking. It's about like you guys don't even. And it's something all of our kids and us on some level, like money's not real anymore because it just shows up in your account, and then very few of us have actual cash money. So when you spend it, it's just kind of imaginary, and it's just to me the whole DoorDash thing is feeding into that whole imaginary money thing. Like it's just magical money that shows up on my magic phone that I'll spend frivolously. Like.
It's like subscriptions. That's why subscriptions are so big and companies are so big at pushing them because they know that once you're in on that subscription, it's unlikely you're going to cancel it because it just comes out and you're used to it.
Yeah.
Dude, I am the king of subscriptions that are unneeded. And I see them every once in a while they hit, and I'll be like, "Dog, damn it. 30 days to fix that." And the 30 days later, like, "Dog, damn it." and I have enough of them that every week I have that moment.
Yeah.
And it
It's like
still
Groundhog
doesn't,
Day.
but it still doesn't, doesn't hit me enough because I'm like, $3.99, bitch, I'm going to cancel you.
The best is when you do a free trial and you set a reminder in your phone. 6 days from now, cancel this. 6 days later, you get the thing. You're like, I'll remember to do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 3 years later.
Yeah. They're like, they got a yacht. You're like, wait, what happened?
Yeah.
Dude, the one that pisses me off on the reg is Motor Trend. I got a Motor Trend thing. And so once a month I get this charge. And it's like $5.99. Like it's a legit. It's a big one.
Yeah.
And it's like ding, and I see it and I go, "Motherfucker, I didn't cancel Motor Trend." And then that night or the next time I drink, whenever that is, if it's not that night, I will be like, "I have Motor Trend." And I'll go in there and I'll flip around forever and I'll find like one show after an hour where I'm like, "There's a good 30 minutes." And then I fucking forget about it because I've enjoyed my Motor Trend. And then 30 days later, I never watch it again. And then 30 days later, boom. It's like almost like a watch Motor Trend. More so than like I took your money. It just reminds me to go downstairs and watch
Turn on Motor Trend.
Yeah. Watch someone
At least
else.
you're getting something for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that
Use-
does
at least
not
you're
sound
using
like
it.
a fail.
Yeah.
It's a force. Like I'm not enjoying it.
Sounds like you're enjoying it.
I'm kind of not. Like there's something weird about it. Like it's
One day a month you're enjoying it.
Yeah, but it's even then. It's like it's not a relationship I need to be continuing. Like I'm going through and I'll watch like 2 minutes and be like, "You suck." 2 minutes, "You suck." Then I'll watch that and I'll be like, "That was awesome," and then I'll pass out.
Not a fail.
But then
So you're saying that once a month you get like 2 to 3 minutes of pleasure, and that's not good enough for $6 a month.
But then there's 29 other days, right? That if all of a sudden I get like a car fix, I just go to YouTube,
and all of a sudden something else.
I see, but all of a sudden I see. Yeah.
If you get 3 minutes worth of pleasure for $5.99, I think you're doing all right.
That's a win.
What if it was 30 minutes of pleasure?
Then you should pay more than $5.99.
Exactly. You'd be lying. You'd be lying.
And you should drive home with shame and guilt.
You guys are changing my whole. So Motor Trend's my
more like.
So Motor Trend's my whore.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's an offensive term.
Brendan picked up what I was putting down. Adam did not. He's like, you should drive home with pride. I'm like, no.
No, you should be full of shame.
Right.
Because that whole situation was fucked up from front to back. Obviously, she has issues you should have talked to her about. You have issues she should have talked to you about. Neither one of you should have been there.
It's like $5 and less. So I'm just like, and I don't even drink Starbucks on the regular, but I do just go, that's a fucking Starbucks drink. Like, who gives a fuck about one Starbucks drink a month? Like, it was $5.99 a day. I'd be like, all right, now we got to fucking talk about it. But
as long as there's 1 or 2, you've got these 1 or 2 that's your thing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. Its problem is people get 10 or 11 of those.
But I feel like I have more than I'm even aware of.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like, I think they're out there. Like, just bad subscriptions.
If you get notifications for those, you don't even know about those.
Bro, I got a subscription model to coffee right now. I got it from my wife for Christmas last year. The gift that fucking keeps on giving. Because every, couple months, they'll be like, and there's $90. And then you're pissed, but then you get all this dope-ass bags of coffee. They keep showing up every week. Boom.
Y'all drink the shit out of coffee.
And we drink a ton of coffee. So I'm like, look at all this dope coffee. But, I bought it for her for a gift.
That's 9 visits to Starbucks. So that's actually winning in your world.
I get it. But
Except your wife and kids probably still go to Starbucks.
But it was a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Where I was like, here's a 3-month subscription to this awesome coffee service.
And you're 12 months in.
And now,
and he doesn't get credit for the gift anymore.
No, exactly. And now here it's Christmas, and I'm like freaking out trying to get gifts,
and you can't cancel.
And I'm like,
it's the opposite.
Then you're an a-hole.
But I need to cancel that shit in August.
Yeah.
So when it comes back, it looked like a hero, but I screwed up and I ran the whole thing.
Yeah, but once you go 8 months, you're like, if you cancel it, you and her both are gonna be like, where the fuck's that coffee? I'm used to having that coffee.
So I think I'm gonna get an index card. And I'm going to say, I got you a subscription to trade coffee and stick it in her stock.
I think you
Just a gentle reminder that I've been dropping $90 every 3 months.
I think you cancel it November 30th, and for Christmas, you wrap up the cancellation order and the new subscription that you just did.
There you go.
Oh, what a hero. Hold on, so I can just start leaving receipts for subscription services as...
What did you do the first time?
I noticed you were watching Netflix last night.
What did you do the first time? It came with some presentation, right?
Yeah, it did.
So when you cancel and then you sign up the next day, you get the presentation.
That would
again.
be hilarious if you kept receipts for every event that you two go on.
When y'all, and then at the end of the year, show her it. Here's $40,000 of I love you.
Yeah, because y'all do
Here's
that.
a word of advice. It doesn't work.
No, I get it.
No, it would not
I get
work.
it,
It does not work at all.
but maybe it's the presentation.
Nope.
Let's just figure out how do you present a bunch of receipts and no other gifts, because that is the ultimate. That is the coup de grace.
I know what you do. You get a real nice picture frame with lots of different areas for pictures. And all your festival pictures where you front all the money and all the things you do when you go on these elaborate trips that she likes to go on, and she buys a drink when you guys go out and you're buying 5 meals and the hotel and everything.
Yeah.
You used to go, and she's like, what's this? You're like, this is all the fun times that, the past things we've done this year that I paid for.
No. You get, those little brother printers, the things that type in and it prints out a little.
Yeah.
And then you sticker, you stick it on there.
With the price.
You take the total cost of every event.
See, that's where you're. I think that's where you're crossing the line.
I would like to
because of the
encourage
pictures
this and
on the
hear
back.
what happens.
Put the price on the back.
No, dead center.
Wow.
Here we are at this festival. What a great fucking time. And you put a dollar amount,
$1,800,
and you do the whole thing, and then at the bottom you put a plaque with the total.
Oh yeah.
And then you give every year.
The first part
I like
really
you
good.
doing this.
I think you should do that for your kids too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. What
Don't
a
have
great,
to get them presents.
Yeah.
What a great, and then you just
A
drop,
picture of the house.
yeah.
A picture of Wegmans.
A picture of you driving them at a sports practice.
Yeah.
But that's it. And then there's that picture, and then there's the little printout of the total, and then there's the plaque at the bottom.
Yeah.
And every year, this is just what you give them.
Yeah.
You don't give them anything else.
Yep.
There's a picture of them in August in new Uggs.
Yeah.
Happy as fuck.
I think you're onto something.
Imagine that picture
This would be
at
great.
Christmas. They hold up the frame.
And then I get a
Yeah.
picture of them holding the picture of all the shit I did for them all year. And then we fucking go back, and I would like some food now. I would like a scotch.
Yeah.
I'm going to go sit here and watch football. Or basketball.
A
Whatever's
picture
on.
of you holding the gift certificate they gave you for 3 free hugs.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fucking collect them hugs. I am. At inopportune moments.
Here's a picture of me meeting with my accountant and determining that the value of your gift is fucking nothing.
No way, dude.
You are in the hole.
Hugs are the best. I'm going to wait till like the prom date fucking breaks it off. The tears are flowing and be like, one free hug.
Gotta have a smile on your face.
Yeah. With a smile. You put it on there after year one with a smile. Just clean that shit up.
Yeah.
Fix that shit.
I think your wife will really appreciate that.
I think that it will help everybody in the family appreciate me more.
Yeah.
You're onto something.
And it will
For sure.
not be viewed as anything but positive in the
Right.
moment. In the moment.
Yeah.
You've got 7 days to figure it out.
I think you got it. That's
Yeah.
it. Let us know how it works out.
We take a lot of photos.
That's
I got
what
a
I'm
lot
saying.
of proof. I just
Yeah.
started going back through. Like, shit. I bought dog food that day. Get the dogs one. Dog's gonna get their little fucking drop it on them bitches. Hey, yeah,
Rabies shot.
yeah. Remember all them sausages, you dumbass?
Take a picture of some shitty cage somewhere. Be like, this is where you could have been, but you're here in this dope ass house.
Yeah. They also get a picture of the house.
Yeah.
Lucky mother. The HVAC unit. Can't wait to take a picture of that.
Yeah.
That one gets spread around. Very comfortable in there,
Yeah, and all the maintenance they cost because of their dog fur.
dude. Pictures of me doing every time I'm screwing in a screw.
Yeah. Cutting the grass.
Yeah. Put hourly wages.
Yeah.
Why not? Be like, right here, you actually owe me for hourly. And I'm gonna charge $8 an hour. I'm going to go super low.
Yeah.
$8 an hour. I think that is very fair for the level of work that I'm doing.
Yes.
$8 an hour. That's where we're going with. Make that my going rate and put every hour, including the hours when I sat there not doing
It's a
anything.
running joke in my household that like my wife does most everything, and that's
Most
pretty true. But like it's kind of funny because like I'm overlooked like most dads are, and my wife in the 18 years we've been together, she's noticed probably 4 or 5 of my haircuts, and now my kids pick up on it more than she does, and.
I always pride myself when Troy walks in with a fresh
Brendan,
haircut.
Brendan notices my hair
because I know
all the
that I
time.
know this about him. So I'm
Rare
always
ever
like,
see Troy without a hat on too. So
yeah, but when you do,
tough
you
to
can tell it's in the sides, man. It's on the
yeah.
sides.
So I got a haircut last week, and then today my oldest son goes, "Dad, when are you getting a haircut? Because I need one too." And I was going to go with you, and I just started laughing, and the wife started laughing because she knew I had gotten one. Of course, she didn't say anything, but I said something later that night. I was like, "Yeah, nobody noticed my haircut," and she's like, "Oh, I feel awful," and I was like, "Don't, I'm just messing with you." But it's just funny being a dad. Like so much gets overlooked. Like
It does. It does. You just do work. But moms say the same thing.
Yeah.
Moms say the same thing. They do all kinds. I would hate to see the bill come due on Christmas
No, but
morning.
the-
You get handed that picture. You're like, damn it.
No, the fact is, moms do a lot, probably more than the dads, but everyone knows that. Like, that's never second guess. Like, my
I'm
kids,
just calling it. Just
my
calling
kids know when when mom's not there to do something.
Oh,
In fact,
absolutely.
they bypass me a lot of times. They'll be like, "Where's mom?" I'm like, "What do you need?" "Well, I need X, Y, and Z." I'm like, "You can ask me. I can
I'm fully capable
yeah.
human. See,
But
they're full of hate. Are you going down there for a deli?
yeah, I was gonna get a cup.
I like where his head is.
It's about that time.
We've got a very interesting beer tonight. It's a Christmas beer.
Who bought this one?
Not
This-
me.
This is, yes. And Dave, thank you again last week for the Duvel 666.
That was not me.
It's a very interesting beer.
I came right out.
Did not win a deli, but I appreciate
He didn't have
your
to
effort.
do that, but he did.
But I appreciate his effort.
Type of guy he is.
Brought it. He brought it to us. He made sure it stayed cold. Every day he came here, he put more ice in the cooler. Every day. I got it on my Ring camera.
Be more like Dave.
Yes.
I wish more would. Just quite a stand-up man. So thank you for the beer.
That's quite a standard to live up to.
We do appreciate it.
Anybody that's a Lancer is awesome.
St. Bernardus Christmas Ale.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is it?
Yes. St. Bernardus. The story is
10%.
that the monk that brewed that used to brew at West Valeteran that I was telling you about
For
earlier.
real?
Yep. And he stole their recipe, and that is the closest to West Valeteran you can get. Not the Christmas version, but the regular version.
Not a lot in there, Brennan.
So that's a very good beer.
Good God. Here we go.
It's a 10%.
St. Bernardus Christmas Ale.
So we found out Dave is a Lancer, went to school where you went, and then he's one of
Ooh,
my
that's
attorney
boozy.
brothers, which is
that's
kind of
right.
funny.
We did figure that out too.
That's boozy.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's 10%, so
Oh, it's kind of
Light
good
on.
though. It tastes like figs and shit.
As all good
Christmas
Belgian
beer.
quads should.
Does that have figs in it? Like, am I like making that up?
what kind of beer is it again?
I don't think anyone knows.
I'm looking it up right now.
It says Christmas Ale.
Yeah, that's
Let's
right.
see. The info on the page says St. Bernardus Christmas Ale is a dark seasonal beer full of wintry character and flavors that we brew every year, ready for the festive season. The beer takes on a splendid dark brown color that is topped off with a cream-colored layer of froth. 10%.
It feels like a triple, but they're known for their quadruples.
Christmas Ale takes on a
quadruple.
splendid
Yeah.
dark brown color
It's a quadruple.
Okay.
Mhm.
But
that's
it's got a
topped off with
spice.
cream-colored layer of froth. It's an intensely dark beer with a full yet slightly fruity flavor, overflowing
Some
with the
figs.
taste of winter and zesty seasonal aromas. That's what the bottle says.
That's what she said.
Quadruple.
That's right.
What does that mean? So I don't know enough.
It has to do with a number of processes it goes through.
It's a number. It mostly stands for
I
4
do know that.
in Western
Yes.
world.
Okay.
And
Should-
the
should be more
Belgian
clear.
quad is the pinnacle of their malty beers.
Well, tis malty. There's no doubt about that. Damn near sickeningly sweet with the malt. But it is a Christmas drink.
It's got a lot going on.
It's got a lot going on.
And I don't even know if my taste buds are firing on all cylinders.
Honestly, it's a bit boozy. It's a bit boozy.
Well, you're in the double digits.
I mean, I don't hate it. I actually kind of like it, but it's boozy. This is a holiday drink for sure. Like this is gonna make conversations you didn't want to have happen. 100%. This is for the airing of the grievances. In fact, I think this is the traditional pre-airing of the grievances beer that is served. But it certainly has that vibe, doesn't it?
Feats of strengths, at least.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
Bare minimum. I do love the label, though. All right,
Where's Stu?
Like a throwback.
yeah, I'm going in for one big swig. So I don't have a lot, so I've been like nipping it.
And Dave brought this one too.
Yes.
Thanks, Dave.
Hero.
Also not true.
Hey, I'd say you brought it.
I don't take false valor.
Troy, I don't know. What do you think of this, man? I feel like you are going to have an interesting take. Because that is a boozy drink. It's got a lot going on, a lot of flavors. It is fruity in its own weird way. It's definitely malty. But does it work like together?
It's malty and fruity and sweet and boozy.
It's all the things.
It finishes pretty good, though. I
It
was a
does.
little worried, like when I took the first sip, how it was going to finish, but it finishes pretty clean.
Oh yeah. No, that's good. That's not a Christmas Eve beer. It's a Christmas beer. You'll ruin Christmas. Drink a bunch of this on Christmas Eve. There's not a sit down and watch Die Hard and have a 6-pack of St. Bernabdas Christmas ale.
I think you have to drink a few of them before you give the frames of all the receipts.
Yes.
I will say that. Drink a couple of those beforehand. It'll make it way more fun.
This is quite literally the strength you need to deliver the news they need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Would it give you a bellyache if you drank a bunch of them?
That's what I was worried about. Is like, how many could you drink of these?
It's acidic. It's acidic.
Because I'm not swallowing it, but it's like
spitters.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot, and it kind of burns a little.
Yeah.
But in the best way. It's a weird beer.
See, I don't feel the burn. I didn't feel any burn if I'm drinking
I'm saying
either.
it's heavy alcohol. You could tell.
I could tell it's heavy alcohol, but it didn't burn going down. Like I thought it felt pretty clean.
When I say burn, I'm using it like the...
Like warm?
Heavier,
like you're feeling warm?
warm?
Okay. Yeah,
It gives you a warmth.
For sure.
You know what I mean? That's that burn, but it's a very pleasant burn.
Yeah, I'll go first. I really like this beer. I think it was really good. Like goes down, like I said, really clean. And I don't love dark beers like that, especially real boozy ones like that. But this one's pretty good. Don't think I could drink more than maybe 2 of those before you're in over your skis a little bit. But I really enjoyed
punch
it.
a hole in a wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3.5 on that one.
I figured I have a bad feeling this bitch is going to keep netting out around that point.
The rule of 4 is in effect tonight.
I understand that. We do have 4 microphones here, so that's the only way. Well, Troy's going to give us a different take.
I liked it. I didn't like it that much. My sinuses are a little off, though, so I don't know if I'm catching all that's going on in it, but it's got a lot going on. Even I can tell that. I give it a 3, though. It's pretty tasty and it's different.
Oh.
I liked it.
Dissenting rank. I think I'm going to go next. I'm going to leave Dave hanging.
Nice.
Bringing up the rear.
There's something about a dirty, boozy beer. You know? Like, it is boozy. It's got almost like a port vibe as you get into it.
Fair.
And I kind of like a port when it's cold and like Christmas. Like, this is a celebratory beer. This beer you do not want more than 1 or 2, which is exactly where all the best Christmas beers land. Like your Hardywood gingerbread stouts, like these things, you want 1. Exactly. You want to enjoy the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And so as a Christmas ale, I'm perfectly fine with what this does. But
be good enough, like an old school throwback glass.
Hell yeah. No, in a glass for sure is how I want to drink this. So for that, I'm going to give it some points, actually, because of the boozy, over-the-top, warm-your-belly nature. The figs are a little weird. The malt's a little strong. It's definitely sweet. But all in all, it comes together really well, and it feels like something different for Christmas. It's not your bullshit spices of cinnamon and nutmeg. They really went after, like, the fruitcake bullshit.
Yeah.
Which I dig. So I'm going to give it a 3.5 as well. I'm with you.
So I'm a fan of the original St. Bernardus, and the Christmas ale, to me, I think there is a little hint of nutmeg in there. And honestly, that detracts for me.
Ah, see? I get that.
Just a hair. I agree with you that it's a delicious beer. It's not one you would drink more than 1 of.
Yeah.
I don't imagine the monks in Belgium are pounding 6-packs of these.
Yeah.
And it's not intended for that purpose, which
Nerds.
is opposite of how I live my life. So I think I have to go with a 3 on it. It's a great beer.
We netted out at 3.25 tonight, bro.
Yeah. Does that make it a deli, though?
That does not make it a deli.
And I just thought it was... I thought it was going to do better than that. I'm actually disappointed for it. I have been sitting on this bottle for like 3 months, like
Maybe
excited
that's the
about.
problem.
Yeah, I
You're
like
sitting in one.
No, you can hold those for years.
Yeah, with this high of a
shelf
booze
life is-
content.
Yeah,
like
but
a
you don't
year
need
and
to
a half.
sit on it.
Well, I wanted it to hatch. What if I could get 6 more?
Oh, like shelf life for a bottle is 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it.
Look at the label on the back of it.
What's it say on
Is
the
that Best Buy
1926
or something?
back? Yeah. Yeah.
3 years?
I think we're doing just fine.
No, it definitely hadn't turned.
No, it's just getting better.
That's
That's the kind of shit you bury in your yard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get a little beer bunker, dig a hole. I heard about some dude at Firefly last year. There's always, or not Firefly, the Ocean Sculling Festival. This dude went out there a week before. And he went out and they like out in the beach, like the nether regions. He buried a bunch of booze, and then he dropped a pin on his phone, and he came back and like was able to dig up his booze throughout the festival.
Nice.
That might be the
Interesting move.
smartest thing I've ever heard.
That's good.
Yeah,
Did a
fucking genius.
Did a version of that at a UVA game once.
Buried some shit, and dropped a pin on it.
So we used to have this parking spot in this one lot, and we get there super early, and we'd be in the corner, and right there next to the end of the parking lot was all this ivy that was growing, and we had back-to-back home games, and me and my buddy Justin had taken up a bottle of Captain Morgan's, whatever the fuck it was. It wasn't like it was.
Ooh, the good stuff.
We were in our early 20s.
I heard they spiced that
Yes.
rum.
Even better.
And we drank like half of it, and we didn't want to have to double back to the parking lot and get it later, so we just buried it under some ivy. We're like, who's going to come across this in the next 7 days? Sure as shit, a week later, it was just sitting under the ivy.
That's all you got to do.
Yep.
I've done that walking into bars. I have a pocket knife on me. They're
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
damn it.
I've done that.
Go outside, throw it in a bush, walk
Yep.
out the bar, grab your pocket knife.
Yep.
It's a good feeling when that shit works out.
yes.
There are a couple courthouses that have the attorney bush,
Yeah.
where you throw your phones when they weren't allowed.
Yeah.
Come back out and get them.
And it was just like known, like, is
Yeah.
the attorney bush?
Yeah, no one messed with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this is our place. We all
Yeah.
kind of police this.
Surprisingly, I think it was up in like Culpeper or something.
They probably had somebody keeping an eye on it.
Probably.
Like a staff.
I love that,
And up
though.
in Culpeper, nobody's going to steal it up in Culpeper.
Right.
Like, there's some
Yeah.
pretty good people up
I
there.
heard they never found meth. What?
Huh?
Huh?
I went and met with someone up in D.C. at the Senate and had to do that with my pocket knife. They were like, oh, you can't even knife. So I was like, shit. Like, went out to a flower bed and just, like, had a lip on it. And I just, like, tucked it up behind the lip. And it was there when we came back out.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's easy money. Just decide that shit. I'm a big fan of just hiding shit in the bushes. I do that with like longboards. Take the electric longboard to a bar, throw it in a bush. No one will ever see it.
I don't believe that.
Seems
the
like something
move.
that would be pretty obvious.
It's always been there.
That's different than a $20 pocket knife, though.
Yes.
You can't really lock up a longboard.
No.
You know, like it's tough.
Can you skate on that longboard with it off? Does it just function?
Yeah. You could just
Okay.
grab it out of the bushes and drive it home.
Dual function.
Yeah, it's just very.
I thought you were
heavy
going to ask,
longboard.
can you skate on that longboard sober? Because I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Never tried.
Yeah.
Never tried. I'm afraid it might not work right.
You have to drink a 10% beer.
Yeah.
That's right.
Muster the courage to get on it.
You got to lubricate the board, and by that I mean just get drunk.
That's so when he eats shit, his body's nice and limber when he's tumbling down the street.
You don't want to fall all stiff.
No.
You could injure yourself. Not my MO. Dude, I just poured one of these Sam Adams winter lagers. Now, that's an easy drinking winter beer. We never do it on the podcast because
Too
just kind of-
basic.
but at the same time, we probably should. Like, I have it
Probably.
on draft out here, and it's
Yeah.
never actually been delied.
No Sam Adams?
We've done regular Sam Adams.
Regular.
Yeah.
But the winter lager every year comes out pretty consistently.
Yeah.
We
It's
can do
like
it
you-
next week.
It's like an easy drink. I don't know, dude. I'm trying my best.
Might be gone by then.
Going through a keg over here. I'm doing work.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. If I have to. If I have to.
I can just imagine 10 years from now, still doing the podcast, and you run out of beers, and all you're doing is seasonal beers.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I'm surprised that we haven't run out of beers. I'm always shocked when I see a beer and I'm like, what? Yingling? I think we would have tried that by now. Which we haven't, outside of throwing it Yingling light into the light beer challenge.
Yeah.
We should have a Yingling.
Well, we just skipped all the like domestic beers,
Until we did the challenges.
the light beer challenge.
Which I have a challenge I might be willing to throw out there, and I'm nervous as shit. So my brother-in-law, he's a Guinness guy. Loves Guinness. Swears Guinness is the best thing ever. Got in an argument, somebody about, they were like, no, Murphy's is better. It just doesn't have the advertising dollars behind it.
Murphy's,
Irish Stout.
no.
Never had that.
Okay, well, he's like, it just doesn't have the advertising dollars behind it. It's actually a far superior beer. So my brother-in-law got mad. It's like, throw the gauntlet.
Beat the shit out of that guy, I hope.
Beat his ass.
Yeah.
No, next time he showed up, brought the 2 beers. It's like, boom. Blind taste test. Winner take all. I'm not hearing your nonsense anymore. He said that Murphy's took it in a blind taste test to the point that he was upset about it.
Whoa.
And he ran it back and lost again.
Wow.
And everyone in the room, for the most part, was Murphy's.
How can... I would assume anyone who's ever consumed any amount of Guinness will be able to pick it out.
But we have done light beer challenges. We've done American lager challenges. We have changed our opinions dramatically, even knowing what we drink.
Yes.
Is it worth
I
throwing
never-
down the ultimate challenge?
Is there a third one? Is it just those 2?
I mean, you could find some other... I'm sure
Stout.
you could find some other stout,
But those 2 are the main ones.
those are the ones. I mean, those are the 2 heavyweights. I don't think we even need to add a third to the equation.
Be
Wouldn't you-
interesting to throw a Virginia craft stout in there.
Just some dirty
Just
stout?
something, yeah.
Something that's just known.
Don't you
as
think
like-
you'd be able to pick Guinness out, though? Even if you liked Murphy's better, wouldn't you be able to pick Guinness out?
The only reason I'm willing to entertain this is this dude's a Guinness drinker. I know this man. He and I drink Guinness. And it broke his heart for him to tell me this. And I have not spoken to him since in person
Rightfully so.
or on the phone.
Yeah.
We will text, but we've been reduced. He hears this, but I can't talk to him. I'll talk to him face to face when I see him. A couple weeks.
Maybe.
But this test needs to happen. Like I'm like now I'm questioning everything. Would you be willing to do that?
Sure, why not?
Sounds like fun.
Does it make you nervous though to maybe find out you're wrong?
I was wrong. I've been wrong every time we've done this, so it
Think
kind of
as-
wouldn't surprise me.
I think as husbands, aren't we used to being wrong
Yeah.
by now?
You would think.
Brendan's going to throw 3 drops of Malort in the Murphy
Yeah.
to sabotage it. I can see it.
Everybody, I don't know, man. It's kind of funky. It's really bitter. Really bitter.
Got a real foot flavor to it.
Worst part is I probably conditioned everyone in the room. They're like, it's familiar. That's fantastic.
Tastes like football.
We'd have to get we'd have to get Abacus out of retirement.
Good luck.
Uh,
I know.
Didn't you get somebody at the Stu's party the other week to do a shot of Malort with you?
Oh, multiples.
You
Yeah.
brought a bottle to Stu's party?
Yeah, left it on the bar with the fine whiskeys.
That is awesome. You had run out before we got to hang out any.
Have you never had a shot of Malort?
Of course I have.
Oh, thank God. I didn't want a shot of Malort. I got to be on a
I'm not
train.
ready for that tonight.
I got to be on a train at 7:30. Like, that made me nervous quick. I was like, cool. Here we go.
But I didn't know you had it on the table. That's hilarious. I would have made people try that.
It was there. It was in that back room where everyone was taking shots.
Yeah.
Well, I think the one girl, I can't remember her name, but she said she liked it.
Yeah, I remember her. Yeah.
That's
I
the
don't remember
one
what
that
her name was.
parked her car in the neighbor's yard.
No, was that the girl?
No. No.
It wasn't.
No, the girl that drank the Malort and actually liked it, I will now forever remember her name because she's a weird beast. Monica.
I knew it started with an M.
That's right. Troy and I talked to her for a little bit at the end.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, kind of bitter, but really good.
Yikes.
Really like this. She goes, is that grapefruit? Like she was picking out like tasting notes. And I'm like, right now is about the time it should be shitting on your uvula.
That's weird because what she told Troy and me was the trick to drinking that was to not use her tongue and let it
Yeah.
go right down the back of her throat so she didn't taste anything.
Yeah, which the Dew curtain almost fucking buckled at the knees because he interpreted that very differently.
Yeah, he did.
He was like, oh, yeah.
He got worked up.
He was like, she seems cool.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, dude, slow it down. You just heard her say she takes it right over the tongue and just swallows, and nothing bothers her. He was like, there's something about her I like. It's like when you're in
What
7th
could it
grade.
be?
Yeah, you're in 7th grade. You're
Yeah.
like, you've always been the smart girl,
Yeah.
but there's something about you now. He's like, yeah, motherfucker.
Something
Boobs.
changed about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like throws you off. You're like, you think you're so cool. You're in 7th grade, and all of a sudden the first titty. Hi. I know we've been friends for 7 years. Like, what? You're just
7th grade.
ruined.
It's like second year of college.
That's when you figured out titties?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
First year at Longwood, you should have figured that out. Jeez.
Hold on, now I'm blown away. Were you a late bloomer with women?
Totally.
Like how late?
I couldn't grow facial hair till I was probably a junior in college.
Junior in college, you got facial hair. So like, hold on.
You still look like you don't grow a lot of facial hair. You got a baby face.
Oh no!
Yeah, you do have a baby
when I grow a beard, I look like the Gerber baby with a Santa Claus beard.
What's funny about that too is the school we went to is the ratio was 9 girls to every guy, so there was girls everywhere at our college.
Who all desperately needed a friend.
Yes, 8 of the 9 did.
Yeah. Well,
That's funny. I chose that school. I hate to admit this now that I'm almost 50, but I chose it on the ratio.
Really?
Yeah. No, I'm not even.
I had no
this
idea
isn't
when I
even-
went there that was the ratio.
This isn't even a joke. And I had buddies who are like, well, not all those girls are pretty. And I'm like, well, not all the dudes are handsome.
Yeah,
I mean, it all works out.
yeah. It was
So-
a good ratio.
when I chose my college, it was like 6-1, and I thought to myself, I like these odds.
Radford
Yeah.
was 6-1?
In the years before I'd seen a stat,
Oh.
Guys
it was
to
like
girls?
6-1.
Because
That's why you
Longwood was,
chose it?
Longwood was
Yeah,
4.
tons of dudes. I just wanted dudes.
I didn't know
wanted
all
real
three of y'all went
competition.
to female schools. That's cool. Progressive.
Well, Radford was technically an all-woman school
Yeah,
until
there
the
you go.
late 70s.
Yeah.
That
early
same with
80s.
Longwood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It helps. It helps. And then there's the cockroaches that show up. And just moving around. Lots of us. It's beautiful. It's great schools. Couldn't agree more.
Longwood was 4-1 in the early 90s. I didn't realize Radford was 6-1.
At one time, I just remember seeing that stat and thinking to myself, well, the decision's made.
I understand.
You know what I mean? My odds are so much better. I can't compete with everybody, but if the odds are like that, it certainly helps.
Wasn't even worried about odds.
My daughter's at Tech right now, and it's 60% dudes. And I'm like, that sounds awful for an 18-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, wouldn't do it.
yeah. Not a good idea.
No, plus tech sucks.
Troy and I got to meet a tech guy yesterday. That was super fun.
God, what a fucking dickhead. Like all of them.
Awful.
Wow, I didn't realize we had all this Virginia Tech hate going around the room. A lot of listeners are going to be offended. This gets downloaded more in Virginia than anywhere else.
Well, it was just one guy. I won't say it's all tech people, but this guy was a prick.
Sounds like a hokey.
Let's hear the story.
So we're at our kids' basketball game, and our kids have been playing baseball together for
7 years.
yeah,
This is some like suburban dad drama.
it is.
Yeah.
First world.
Yep.
Yeah.
First
No,
world.
the
This
most
fits.
first world.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
fits.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there. I'm sitting with my dad, and Troy's down the other end because he's got a contingent of people with him yesterday.
The mayor?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
We had our family like Christmas celebration, so it was like my aunt and uncle didn't even come, but like my mom came, my sister and her husband, my niece came, and I think my brother came. A whole bunch of people came, and it was like I was like, guys, this is not the game to come to. Like, we're gonna get our asses beat. Like, we knew going in this game we were
Not
gonna
a
get
good game.
beating. Yeah, we played this team last year, and they just fucking shoved it down our fucking throats.
Sounds fun.
So we knew this game was going to be ugly.
Bypass the tongue.
Yeah. So, Adam, go
Always
ahead with the
tricking the
story.
world.
So we're sitting there, and it was pretty close. Like our starting 5 did a pretty good job
Yeah.
right off the bat. Like it was a close game for the first like 8-9 minutes. And a couple calls went against them, but they were legitimate calls. And this guy in this Virginia Tech shirt is like giving it to the refs. So my dad's like
This is
old
14U
school.
rec
And
fucking basketball.
Our team is like 12 baseball players that have just
Yes.
played basketball in the winter to like do something different. And this guy's like giving it to the ref and everything. So my dad's old school Pittsburgh Catholic and is not going to like take anything like that. So he starts giving it to this guy saying that was the right call. Like you shouldn't say anything. You should have to call it. And he's like, I wouldn't expect anything else from a dumb UVA fan.
Wait, who said that?
The guy, the dad,
Another
said that
dad.
to my dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dumb UVA fan.
Because my dad had a UVA thing. So he retired from UVA.
yikes.
Yeah. So then my dad
That's like
was
the best school in the state.
I don't care about either.
But their football team sucks.
right.
So he
So-
said dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. So then I'm on it now. And I'm like, okay, cocksucker, it's time. Like, you want to go about this? So every time a call went against him, we were cheering for the refs. Like everything. Troy comes at halftime and the guy shuts up. He sees Troy. He's like, I'm not saying anything now. And then as soon as
There
Troy
you go.
walks away, he starts chirping again. It was terrible.
Yeah, and then
Not in front of the mayor.
and then one of your Radford buddies, Brendan, was standing up cheering every time his team did something and whatever, and like they were up by at least 20 the entire
still
game
pressing.
basically, and
And
pressing
pressing
the
like-
whole time,
like
and like
you got to
2
press.
minutes
Win
Yeah.
at all costs.
Oh, it was bad.
It was ugly.
It got to the point where the referees were over it and
Yeah.
the attitude, and they started like teeing up the other team. And like,
Yeah.
the other team was like throwing elbows at our kids, and it was bad.
the
That
refs
doesn't sound
started
good.
calling ticky-tack calls against that other team because
Just
they
trying
were,
to slow it down.
Yeah, well,
Like,
they
get
were-
it under control.
Yeah, and he would like talk to them between fouls. He's like, "Guys, let's clean up. We're here to play basketball." And they're just like throwing bows and like
These are little kids.
14-year-olds.
Yeah.
The
8th, 9th grade.
How are the coaches acting? They encouraging it?
well, our
Oh,
coach is
100%.
our coach
Yeah.
is chill.
Not our coach. No.
no, but the other coach like stay
He
after him,
almost
stay
got
after
he
him.
almost got yelled at because he kept crossing the midpoint line.
Good. Cobra Kai.
Yeah, he was a
That's
dick.
what I'm talking about. This is my new team. I'm gonna start rooting for that team.
You
Cobra
would.
Kai.
Your buddy- your
would
buddy.
want- yeah, your buddy's one of the
Yep.
dads that was even worse than the tech guy.
Yelling,
That's right.
Yelling
That's right.
air ball when
Yeah.
To
When-
little kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like making sure little kids feel bad when they go
Yes,
home.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Cobra Kai. Never die.
Literally, one of their kids came down on a fast break where it was just him and one of our players, and instead of going for the layup, the guy went to elbow our player in the face instead of go for the layup.
Yeah, that's
It was
right.
wild.
No, because we're at full speed. This is the most impact.
Yep.
You're
And
never
then-
gonna get more pain.
Then they were mad that it was an offensive foul.
yeah.
Well, yeah, of course we're gonna talk. No. I can't believe you called that. I remember when the sport was a sport.
Brendan's going to coach and say, sweep the leg.
That's right.
Yeah, sweep the leg. No. This is Cobra Kai at its finest. I like it. What's the name of the team? Just the mascot. I'm hoping it's fucking some kind of awesome.
I don't even know if they had it.
I don't know if we have names.
Definitely a Cobra.
It's rec league basketball, and they're a bunch of AAU kids
Yeah.
that come down to play, and instead of just having it as a fun time, they're there to
Yeah.
like just whip people.
Oh, they're like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. They're the best, Cobra Kai. I never die. That's fucking horrible, dude.
Yeah, they were.
It was bad. It was
I
bad.
believe it.
It was an hour of our life that we'll never get back.
Actually, I was impressed with how our boys played and the fact that we didn't get blown out like we did last year.
Well,
Take
yeah,
the
they
kids
played
out for
hard.
ice cream or something. You give them like try to.
No, but nobody was like our team wasn't upset. Like,
Jack got upset at one point because
Yeah.
the kids was like in his face,
Yeah.
and Jack went over and just pushed him. I was like, "Oh, better watch out for that." I talked about it after the game, and apparently the kids were during the game going up and see like, "You guys are a bunch of bees. Like you
Yeah.
guys can't play. You're awful."
They
like,
called
the
them
whole time.
bees?
Yeah, they said the word, but I don't really cuss. So
What the?
yeah,
I'm gonna translate for the listeners. They called them bitches.
yeah. There's a lot of trash talk that goes on the court that I had no idea.
yeah, Jack
No,
said it was
I-
bad yesterday.
That was always my girls would be coming back from sports. Like they'd be like, "These people are seriously mean to me." Like,
Yeah.
they're out there like saying things, and I'm like, "This is an interesting moment for me because I'm kind of like, well, you need to stand up for yourself,
Yeah.
but you don't want to be the douche. You don't want to be an aggressive. Like it's hard to coach a kid to be like, you got to know how to talk the right amount of smack back without crossing a line, and it's very difficult to dial that in because if you're winning, it's much easier to inflict a blow without negative words.
Well, if you're
If you're
Like-
winning, you shouldn't be saying anything.
if you're
If
winning,
you're winning, you can just go nice, and it hurts.
yeah.
Right.
Like if you're winning and the losing team isn't trash talking you, you really have nothing to say other than scoreboard. Like there's no need to like get after it. Now, if our team was getting their asses beat and talking trash, then you get to
Exactly.
retort, But like, there's no need to say anything to people who aren't saying anything to you.
Well, it's like Troy and I coached baseball
No, you're
for
winning.
years.
You already
and
have the ultimate burn.
Yeah.
we are, the only
Points.
teams that we ever had problems with were the teams that were the best and talk trash while they were beating you by 10 runs.
Yeah.
And wanted to like showboat after a home run and do like excessive celebrations at the plate.
Okay.
That was the worst.
Can we take a step back? Flipping a bat, showboating after a home run, totally acceptable. Fuck it. I don't care if I'm up by 15. I just hit a dinger.
Not
I'm a
when you're
fucking-
12 years old.
Yeah.
That's even better.
I'm flipping
Fucking
bats.
12 years old and you hit a home run?
Yeah, I'm flipping bats. I'm blowing kisses to my mom. I'm running to first. No, it's on.
Dude, when it's your 10th home run of the game, nope.
Now we're talking personal record. Personal record. Double bat flip.
Now, if you throw someone out at first, then you start talking shit up by 10 runs. I get it.
Yeah, come on.
But the home run.
home
Yeah.
run, it's a home run.
But you don't
That's all I'm
understand. In
saying.
travel baseball at 12 years old, they're playing on such small fields, and the bats they use are so juiced. You literally just put the bat out with no effort, The ball hits it, and it's a home run.
Well,
Boom.
you shouldn't be down by 10 runs then.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm hitting home runs.
I don't
I'm
disagree
hitting
with
home
that.
runs.
Yeah.
I'm a video game this shit, and I'm gonna be flipping bats.
That's right.
If I could hit the X button and it would flip the bat, I'd hit the X button 20 times before I left.
That
the plate.
other team that we played yesterday did have the one massive kid that was like,
6'2",
Yeah.
and they just threw him the ball, and he just stood there and just like threw it up.
He's like, you got little Shaq.
yeah, oh yeah, he was a heavy
big
boy. He got a few charging calls against him, and he was furious. It's
You know
like-
what, though? You can feel bad for that kid because he will always be the 6'2" center.
Yeah,
He will never be a 6'2" guard
Yeah.
when he's 19 years old.
That's the problem. Is he's built in a way that he'll never be able to. Like this, this is his golden
So
age.
let him
right
peak.
now.
Let him peak. Let him.
He
tell
was
your-
fine. That kid, like, actually just played. He wasn't one of the kids that was a problem. I was fine with that kid.
All right. Well, we'll toughen him up. We'll toughen him up.
he did just think he could barrel through people.
Well, no, and he definitely did. But it was the other tall kid that was a real prick.
By the time Cobra Kai's done with him, he'll have a bad attitude. I can't wait.
That's
Can't
definitely
I
wait.
think
Cobra Kai
Brendan's buddy has two
basketball.
sons on that team,
That
and
guy
I
was
think
the
they're both
worst.
dickheads.
That guy is living through his kids big time.
I told my
Can't see
family
why.
afterwards, I was like, that guy's like a year older than me. And they're like, what? I was like, I know, he looks like he's in his late 50s.
He did.
Oh, now we're just making personal attacks.
Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I know. Just watching you reduce yourself to his level is all I'm seeing.
I'm
That's all
just
watching.
saying.
I'm basing it on how he acted during that game.
I know. I just love. I know who we're talking about. It's no good for the listeners, but it's a lot of fun to watch Troy. Like, I know Troy does not want it. Troy does not like this man.
He doesn't like me. Speaking of personal attacks, he's attacked me and you.
We take the podcast.
Yeah.
That's why I talk faster now.
He said you're a slow talker?
He said sometimes we take a little too long to get to the point. We what did he say? Speed it up a little.
He also said he was going to punch up the podcast for us. He'd come punch it up.
Has he ever been on the podcast?
No, he's never done a podcast.
Has he ever been here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't come around anymore.
Because of you two?
It's because of the horn.
Objection! Hearsay!
Oh, we got a double there.
Objection!
We got
Objection!
two.
Hearsay!
God damn it.
That escalated
They all
quickly.
fit.
Yeah, they're great.
I mean, that
all
really
works.
got out of hand fast.
No, I made fun
There
of
you
him on
go.
the podcast, and he heard and didn't like it. So he doesn't come around anymore.
That's officially Dave's.
Objection!
No,
Hearsay!
wrong one.
No. That's
that
my,
one
I
fits.
get
Yeah,
it.
that one fits.
that's my new one for Dave.
But that's what we're supposed to do, right? As guys, we bust each other's balls. Like that's what you do.
Well, that's how I know if a motherfucker likes me.
That's why I made sure to bust your ball as soon as I could.
Yeah. And I probably respected you as soon as you were able to fucking show me you were worth respecting. There's a certain give and take that comes with trying to be a friend with dudes. You can tell me I like your house and I like all these things, but you start telling me all the things you like a little too much. Now I question where we stand. You bust my balls a little bit. Here we go.
You meet those people though, right? Like you're talking to them, and the more you talk to them, and you're nice, you're like, this. I do not like this person, but you're going to be nice to them, and you're not going to say anything, right? But you also don't ever do anything to be like, you're kind of a prick too.
Yeah, I mean I like most people.
Me too.
I'm genuinely pretty. Is that a be real that just popped?
Yeah.
Oh, don't mind.
I don't like most people, especially now. The older I get, the less I like people.
Bit of a curmudgeon.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that.
I think it's
Wouldn't you
tough though when you work with the public. You're going to see a lot of people that just
Yes.
want to get under your skin and do things that just make you crazy.
Yeah.
But then you have to remember that, like, that's such a small minority. Like, and we talk about this all the time, how 99% of the people you meet throughout the day, I mean, when you work in a business where you meet a lot of people, are great and fine and
Yeah.
decent human beings.
It's the
It's that 1% of people, and that's the one that you're going to talk about all afternoon, all evening. You're going to go and tell your kids about. Then the next day you're going to tell it at work again. But you don't talk about those people that were fantastic, nice.
Yeah.
You just love talking to them. It's just that human nature of you want to remember the bad things and talk about the people that were terrible.
bad stuff sticks out.
It's crazy, isn't it?
That's why you find a good review online where someone like trashes a place. You're like, click on them and see how many positive reviews they write.
Right.
I try to leave like 10 positive reviews, so at least if I do give a bad review, I can be seen as objective.
Do you guys give bad reviews though? Even if a place is bad, I still don't do that.
I've never actually given a bad
Right.
review online. I've written a scathing email.
Ooh.
It's kind of my MO. Scathing, though.
I don't do a lot of good or
But
bad
you didn't
reviews.
send it.
Yeah, I don't really.
But I
God,
will
no.
like talk it up to
send
my
it?
friends.
Right,
Yes,
of course. Yeah, in person, you're going to talk to your friends. And if it's got those little star things, I'll hit the 5-star. But then when messages, I'm not putting any comments or anything.
I'm just lazy when it comes to
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
No.
I was never even here.
No.
Nope. What do you think of that time, Troy?
How
I
far
think
did we
that's
get?
enough. That's more than enough. You got an early morning tomorrow.
It's like the worst ending I've ever heard in the podcast.
I will take the fall for that.
That was the funniest shit ever. Sorry. It just grabbed you. You're like, yeah, no, fuck this.
You go to me for an out, I'm gonna fucking hit the eject button. That is for sure.
There you go. Well, thank you guys so
Well,
much
and I
for
was trying to
tuning
go
in.
through to see if we had any reviews, and we have not had a review since August 24th. So.
Well, David and Adam, thank you guys both for hanging out.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
We appreciate
you finally
that.
let me come back.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's now I remember. Now I remember. If you got way too much discretionary money because you forgot to buy your fucking loved ones gifts for the holidays, you can always send it to Venmo at
Inside the Pout House on Venmo.
that's the spot. That's where I would send money. Holiday gifts,
Yes.
if you will. Holiday gifts. If you haven't had a chance to send us any topics, you can do so at InsideThePoutHouse@gmail.com. You can find us on all the socials. If you need sunglasses for holiday gifts, head over to NectarSunglasses.com, drop Abacus in the coupon code, and rush that shipping because you done fucked up. It's late.
Yeah.
It's late. Last minute Christmas gift getters. If you want to refinance your mortgage as a Christmas gift, you're in a weird situation in your life, but I dig it. So do it. Head over to screendoormortgage.com. They're going to give you great rates. That's all I can say, right? Great rates.
No, they're going to work hard.
They're going to work hard. The customer service is through the roof. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
You're
We'll be
going to
talking
love
you
the
next
way you
week.
look. Hold on, that's a different company.
I don't even know what's happening anymore.
This is a really weird ending to the show.
Cheerwine. My favorite cherry soda. It's hard to find in the north. Cheers.
That's a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
There is no try, only do.
Dave, you said the girl to guy ratio when you were in school in the early 90s.